So this is the free 5-day results supercharger productivity and accountability challenge. I thought I'd do a quick walk through so you know how to navigate your way around once you register. Now I'm in the demo site, so ordinarily when you land on the page, there would be a blue button on the left to the top, just under the heading, that says enroll in the course. So that's not there, but that's how you get in. Once you land on the page, you'll see a little bit of information about what the challenge is, why it's been set up, how to join us, breaking everything down, what you can expect from the challenge, and then an overview of what we're covering roughly on each day. Now, as it says here, it will take 5 to 10 minutes to go through the coaching exercise for the day or the contemplation piece, and then it is up to you how long you want to devote to the task that you have chosen to work on. The idea is that you choose one thing that you want to get started, depending on the size of the task, or complete during the coming 7 days, and we'll have the extra accountability support, etc., plus the live webinars to support that. A little bit about how long it costs. It's not because I'm in test mode with this one. This particular challenge is free of charge. You just need to register with your name and email. And then if you come to this part here, scroll down, what you'll see is an overview of what we're covering each day and where you will find the daily exercises. So this dash here is a toggle. If it's across, then that means there's more to unfold, and it tells you how many parts, documents, etc. there are within it. So click on that. The hello and welcome is immediately there to help you orientate yourself around, give you a bit of an overview. What I've also done is I set up the day one that opens immediately so that you can get started with the clarity questions and start getting the resources that you need in terms of whatever it is you're going to be working on. And then as you go through, you'll see for each day, there'll always be an overview of the exercise. Sometimes that's all there is. With this one, there's the webinar link because we were doing a live webinar on Tuesday, the second day. And then I've also added the live webinar schedule for the whole week. So you can see the dates and times that we're meeting on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. And the times are different, always in your UK GMT. I've also added a link to check your local time zone. And when you're actually on the webinar page, there's a little arrow next to the date and time. So you can click on that, and what it will do is you can choose your international time zone just to make sure we're all in the right place at the right time. So you'll find the full webinar schedule there. One thing I wanted to share with you, what I have just set up over the weekend, is a virtual 24/7 workplace. I'm going to click start, and that will open that up. There you go. So this is what the workspace will look like when you land on it. It's open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week until the end of the challenge. So that it closes on the Sunday that the challenge closes. It's a place where you can go to work. My suggestion is have an accountability buddy. So join this challenge with someone else. That'll be a great idea. And then what you do is you'll decide what date and what time to meet. You go into the virtual workspace and you work together. You can have your cameras on, off, microphones on or off, up to you. If you want to, you can just correspond in the chat, but it'll be a great way to add some extra accountability to what it is you're doing. So the link for the virtual workspace is in there. Once you've decided who you want your buddy to be, ideally they'll be registered in the challenge, but send them the link for the virtual workspace, and you go in and just get your head down and do some work. I will also pop in at various points during the challenge, just see if there's anybody in there, etc. But it's not a chatty space, it's a workspace. And so what I've done in this document here is I've laid out how I suggest you use the challenge buddy system and the steps to follow. Very simple, but follow those and it works absolutely beautifully. So you'll find that in there as well. But yeah, so this is how you navigate your way around. Now we are in the learning management system. You'll see rather than the dash and the cross, you've got these little arrows here. So you just click on those and then just click on whichever one it is. So for Tuesday, for example, that's the exercise, decide, diarise, prepare. You've got the link to the live webinar. You've got the full live webinar schedule in there. And then with each day, as you unfold it, so day 3 is implementation day. webinar link for that, and you can just toggle your way through, see what's in there. Now with the HUNA and access consciousness energy clearing, the exercise that you do on day 1 and day 2, that will give you some data that you want to feed forward into the HUNA and access consciousness webinar. So be making a note of that. My suggestion is have it written down on a Word document or something, so that when we do the live webinar, you can just simply cut and paste that into the chat or into the private Q&A that comes just to me, and we can just get started straight away on working through the blocks and barriers that you might have. So that's all there. We've got another implementation day. We're going to be reviewing and taking stock, the link to the live webinar, and then the 2 extra days. One of those is a wrap up if there's anything you wanted to do. And then we've got the celebration and relaxation day. So that's a quick overview of how to navigate your way through. I would suggest you start with the hello and welcome, where there's a similar-ish video to this. Maybe I'll swap the videos out actually, because I created the first one before we had the virtual workspace and before I had all the webinars set up. But anyway, you've got a walkthrough in terms of how to navigate through. You've got the introduction from me and some further details to get you orientated. And then, as I said, my suggestion, as soon as you register, once you've got a few minutes, get in there, at least have a look at the day 1 questions so that they are in your mind. And if you have, and that's the longest one actually, day 1 is the longest set of questions, because that's setting the foundation for the whole week. So I would say set aside 10 to 15 minutes, work through those day 1 questions so you hit the ground running when we get to day 2. But I look forward to working with you all in the live webinars. If you, for those of you who pre-registered, I've sent you an email last night with the actual links to the webinar, so you have those all to hand for the coming week. And feel free to email me with whatever it is you are choosing to work on, because that forms the basis of your accountability piece. So I shall leave it there. If you haven't yet signed up for the challenge, you can go to the website. I'll give you the bit.ly link because it's shorter than the main link. It's www.bit.ly/result supercharger challenge. So there's one S in there, result supercharger challenge, or easier still, go to my main website, which is transformationstm.com, TRANSFORMATIONS, TM as in trademark, so transformationstm.com. Head on to that website, click the red watch new button top right of the site, and a panel will open out, and then you will see further information about how to, there'll be a link there where you can just click on that and register for the free challenge. So I look forward to working with you all. Marilyn Devonish, the NeuroSuccess coach, over and out.